Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby. Has snuck up on me this morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Happy Festivus. It's the 23rd. Can you believe that? Hey, the days are getting longer. Days are getting longer. Holy cow, December 23rd. Where did the time go? I started thinking about my Christmas shopping on Thursday night. I started my Christmas shopping yesterday afternoon, and I finished my Christmas shopping yesterday afternoon. Tell you about my Christmas shopping. I went through a few more of my Goodwill pallet boxes. I think I'm pretty much there's some football. So basically, there was a ton of this stuff, not just Chronicles, but Prism, Mosaic, Blasters, and whoever opened these and donated them to Goodwill basically just put the cards back in these boxes. Now, I'm sure if there were any big hits, they kept those because I haven't found any like super big hits, dollar box stuff basically. But a lot of like Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields rookies that, I can probably lot up and make a decent return on. So I've got a whole bunch of those yet in my car. I've got a lot of the team boxes, which are basically just bulk. Not much that's going to be in there. But there was another 5-row box. I tweeted out a photo. There was a stack of Jackson Holiday Heir Apparent and Draft Night inserts, which sell for $7.50 shipped because I sold one yesterday. I've been moving those steadily. It's excuse me, $7.50 a pop. There's a first Chrome Jackson Churio, a bunch of like junk autos, basically $5 autos, that I'll probably take like $3.50, $4 on. Then a bunch of Bowman, a bunch of like Adley Rushman and Gunnar Henderson rookies. Those have been selling for $2-3 in my store. So a lot of smaller stuff like that. There were some bigger cards in another box I found last night. There's a Garrett Mitchell refractor auto, Bowman Chrome refractor auto, number to 499. It's about a $20 card. There were 3 soccer hits. There was a jersey, a relic. I don't know if it was a jersey relic, but a relic numbered to 5 or 10. There was an auto numbered to 99, which is getting quite a few off. I've received a few offers on that. None that I'm willing to pull the trigger on just yet. And then a couple others that I haven't even listed yet. So some fun stuff, a lot of fun stuff in this latest Goodwill palette. But I think the good boxes there, maybe there's another box that I haven't, seen, but I kind of, when I bring these boxes down, I'm cherry picking, I'm like, I want to sit down and go through box. I don't want to sit down and go through junk wax. So when I'm picking boxes to bring down, I'm not bringing the Ziploc baggies of 88 tops, although I did bring a few of those down. And then those just go straight into, these are going to go into the bulk sale. So there's a lot of that junk still left in my car, which I got to take out. So I went shopping yesterday. So I did some shipping in the morning. Went through one of the boxes in the morning, and then James. So I want to So before James mentions what's up, James? Good morning. Here's the funny thing. Here this will be my airing of the grievances on Festivus. James says people on Twitter are funny. You posted that box with a few holiday inserts and $3 autos, and they tried calling you out. So here's the thing. Now it seems like there's like a third of people when I post the Goodwill, like a box, like I put like Jackson Holiday inserts, a Cheerio Chrome, and a bunch of, $3 to $5 autos. There's a segment that's like, oh, that's awesome. Those are usually people I know. And then there's the randos that either think I'm lying, like I call bullshit, think I'm lying about, like, come on. If I'm going to lie about a Goodwill, do you think I'm going to put Jansen junk and Oliver Ortega, and I can't, whoever else. The Nate Pearson Ginter auto is a nice one, but do you think I'm going to put those and show those off? You're going to go big. If you're going to lie, go big, right? Why would I? And what would I lie? Why would I be lying? To get some likes on Twitter? I don't even have the paid account. Like, I'm not even getting paid for the engagement. What's in it for me? My ego? That's pathetic. So there's a third. That's 1/3. Hey, good job. That's awesome. Is another third. And the other third is, ooh, yeah, a bunch of dollar auto. Looks like a bunch of $250 stuff to me. Like, well, I bought 200,000 cards for $500. And a lot of it was that. I mean, hey, I'm happy spending 2 cents a card and selling them for $5. And Jackson Holidays will go for $7.50. So, hey, I'm pretty happy with that. So it's funny. That will be my Festivus airing of the grievance. Twitter is funny, man. Oh, you're lying. Prove it. Like, and here's the thing. I don't want to, I can prove it. I have receipts, but I don't want to because I'll be giving away my secrets. Everybody well, how do you get Goodwill pallets? There's at least 1 or 2 people right now listening. How do you get those? I'm not going to answer. You can go to shopgoodwill.com. Sometimes they have pallets on there, but I'm not going to give you my secret because they don't come up too often. I don't need to be creating my own competition for Goodwill pallets. The last one was 3 months ago. So if I only get 4 a year, do I want added competition? There's already competition out there. So I need to, so. James says, Twitter is full of turds. You probably paid a penny on those haters going to hate. Exactly. So I went shopping yesterday. Man, I was just a man about town. I was all over the place. I hit the post office first. And then I went, where did I go first? Post office. And then I went to the gas station. Was getting low. I've been putting a lot of miles on my car lately. Trips to Anawan a couple times. Suburbs a couple times. Sterling a few weeks ago to pick up a bulk lot. A lot of miles. So filled up my car. Then I went to the post office. Then I went to, oh my God. So then I went to Nordstrom Rack. So first, okay, here's another, okay, I do have some airing of the grievances. So it's already, if you're familiar with Madison, Wisconsin, and specifically the west side where the mall is, it's like a clusterfuck. F-bomb. It's a cluster on a Wednesday, like in September. Now, a Friday on Christmas weekend. I've had the whole year to do Christmas shopping. When do I wait? The Friday of Christmas weekend. Okay, I'm a moron. I get it. So I'm going to go to Nordstrom Rack because I'll get my wife a gift card. I also need a better pair of shoes, especially when I'm, at card show. I've got a pair that I thought were better, but I think they suck. So need a new pair of shoes. So I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Go to Nordstrom Rack. I think I sat through 5 cycles of the stoplight before I actually got into the mall parking lot, into the mall area. Not really parking lot, but the mall blocks cluster. So I finally get to Nordstrom Rack a half an hour later, it seemed. And I'm walking in, and there's a guy and his wife or girlfriend or whatever. There's a couple walking in. They're walking from like Best Buy and Nordstrom Rack are right next door. So this couple's walking from Best Buy to Nordstrom Rack. And I'm walking in, and the guy had said something and like looked at his shoes or whatever. And so I just happened to look up, and the guy looked back at me, and then he did a double take. And I'm like, and my first inkling was, well, maybe he is like a dealer at my card show. Because it looked like he recognized me. And then all of a sudden, I think I recognize him, but he shouldn't recognize me. And then I realized he did the double take because of what I was wearing. No, it wasn't my wrestling hoodie. It was a football playoff hoodie. And as they walk into Nordstrom Rack, and I'm, several steps behind, it dawns on me, I think that's Ron Dayne, the Ron Dayne, like the greatest Wisconsin Badger football player of all time, Heisman Trophy winner, NFL running back. Like, I think that's Ron Dayne. So I don't want to run in the store and chase him down. So I walk in and I go back to the shoe section where I'm looking for my shoes. And so I Google Ron Dayne. And I'm like, I'm like 99% sure that was Ron Dayne. I never saw him. I was like looking. I'm like, now that I'm pretty confident, like I don't want to just be like, are you Ron Dayne? And he's like, no, man. No. But now that I'm pretty I'm like, oh, if I see him, I'm going to ask him. Because I actually reached out to his agent, like when I first started the Madison Card Show, for signing opportunities. But his agent was just like, well, you name a price. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. And that's a lot of autograph. That's how it works. Well, you name a, no. And this is another airing of the grievances. Autograph agents. Name a price. You tell me. It's your player, you're representing, you give a price, and I'll say yes or no, or we can negotiate from there. So, and then it's like I don't really, it's not an autograph show. I don't want to have an autograph show. It might be something, open up a third ballroom for autograph only. I've had thoughts about doing that, but I also have to have like people helping, volunteers to coordinate stuff. And I just kind of like how it is right now. So I never did run into potential Ron Dayne at Nordstrom Rack, but I did find a pair of comfortable shoes, which was more important than meeting Ron Dayne. I think somebody may have mentioned it in the chat the other day. Hokas? Did somebody say Hokas? Not hookahs, but Hokas. So I'm just shopping the Goodwill the Nordstrom Rack shoe section, and I see these Hokas, and I'm like, these are kind of cool. And so shopping around. What I really want is slip-ons, because if my back goes out again, I don't want to bend over and tie my shoes. I still have a pair of Adidas slip-ons. They almost look like moon boots, and now they're my mowing shoes and dog walking shoes. And they're I can slip them right on. They're comfortable. Even the soles are burning out. I need to buy another pair of these. And they used to have them at Nordstrom Rack. I think that's where I got them. They didn't have any yesterday. I'm like, fuck. F-bomb. So I try these Hokas on. My God. These are a gift from heaven. These shoes are the most comfortable shoes that I have ever put on my feet. Hokas. And I can't remember what type they are, but my feet are going to be comfortable. That's for damn sure. So I got my Hokas, got the gift card, got the hell out of there, get away from the mall. I'm on to Walmart, which is even worse. So I go to Walmart number 1. I'll get to the chat here in a second. So I go to Walmart number 1, and Walmart number 1. What did I get? Oh, so here's the thing. I had to get business stuff and personal stuff. Like I had to do Christmas shopping, but I also had to get just like random stuff, which I think I see Cooter. I have not recapitated Rhino. I forgot the super glue. I also forgot my own hair glue. So I'll wait till after Christmas, after the Christmas rush. I'll wait till sometime next week. Because I may have to go back to get some Velcro. I'll get to that. So my so Walmart number one was going to be, and Walmart number one is, they have a shitty card section. So it's also like, I want to check out the card section too, but I'll have to save that for like the business expense Walmart trip. So the first Walmart has a really shitty card selection. So I'm like, I'm going to make this my like personal selection. And guess what I did? I did the exact opposite. I go to the card section, nothing there. I'm like, well, I'm just going to go get my envelopes and I'm going to look for Velcro for signage. Okay. Which I'm going to get to that when we get to card show. So I'm going to finish my Walmart trips. Then I'll get to the chat. Then I'll talk about why I'm using Velcro. So what else? And I bought something else. Velcro, envelopes, and I bought a third thing. The hell else did I buy? Oh, bubble mailers, like giant ones. So I got my bubble mailer order from eBay from using my coupon, but I don't use like large ones, so I don't use my eBay coupon because I go through about every quarter. I go through 200 regular bubble mailers, so I didn't want to use up a coupon on the bigger ones. So I just bought like a pack of 12 for whatever, and I just put them on a shelf, and eventually I'll use them. So that's what I bought at Walmart stop number one. Walmart stop number two then became, which has the better card selection, but it also like prevented me from buying cards that I don't need. I have a freaking Goodwill pallet that's still, some of it's still in my car. I don't need any more cards. So until Christmas. So Walmart stop number two, I'm just, and man, your dollar goes a lot longer at Walmart than it does at other places. Like I fill up, they had no carts left because obviously it's a madhouse on the Friday at like 4:00 or 3:00 on the Friday before Christmas. So I get one of those baskets, and I filled it up and it was like $82. I'm like, damn. But I think I'm used to going to Walmart and getting like 5 blaster boxes and it's 130 or whatever. So picked up, and we're not doing big Christmas stuff. So it's like stocking stuffers and like just random shit. So and then my next stop I'll get to after we go to the chat, because I want to bridge that into some card show talk, Madison card show talk, which, by the way, is next Saturday, a week from today, Sheraton Hotel on John Nolan Drive. We've added tables. We're up to 135, and that's what I'm going to talk about in just a moment. Donald's with us. Good morning, Donald. What's happening? Cooter's in the house. What's going on, Cooter? Taco Facts. I love that. Taco Facts. Macomb's in the house. Represent. Macomb homie, Dave Arnold. What's going on? Boston Smoke is here. Good morning. Todd Richardson, what's happening? He says your eBay store has been fire this week. Thank you. Has my eBay store been fire from like the stuff I'm putting? Just wait till this coming week. Whole bunch of fire coming at you. Let's see. And thanks to Car Dealer Pro 2.0. The inventory added to my eBay store this week, all using Car Dealer Pro 2.0, which I'm seeing quite a few more positive feedback on CDP 2.0 in the last couple days. At the beginning, it was, oh, this sucks. I can't get anything to work. Go back to 1.0. It's like 2.0 so much better. Just practice a little patience and get through it. Get through that first day or two, and then you're going to realize, I ain't ever going back. This is amazing. I think some of you are there. Some of you have realized this is so much better. Kyle, what's happening? Good morning. Congrats on the awesome Goodwill finds. I found a couple more like a small pile of NASCAR. Not going to be like any NASCAR in this one, like maybe 100 cards. That's all I found. I have not recapitated Rhino. That's on my list. I forgot several things, which I knew to make a list. And I'm like, I need to make a list because I've got to get super glue. I've got to get hair gel, a haircut, which I didn't get that either. What else? There was something else that I needed to pick up and I failed to grab. So I got to get Rhino recapitated. Ken, what's up? Hope you all have a wonderful Christmas, Hanukkah, or whatever it is you celebrate. Kwanzaa, Boxing Day, all that good stuff. Hall of Fame card collector Mikey is here. Good morning. Cooter says opening pallets is much better than opening wax. Heck yeah. So what I paid for this pallet and what you've seen me post on Twitter and what I've shared here on Hobby Evolution, that was the same price as a hobby box of Bowman Draft. The exact same price for what do you call that? A jumbo box. It's basically a hobby box. Same price. A lot more fun. I have another airing of grievances. Happy Festivus. I'm going to air a grievance. Stop using your kids. And what I mean by that is I see it on Twitter all the time. Oh, my kid would really like that for his collection. Can you do any better on price? Because my kid's my 11-year-old. Me. Stop using your fucking kids to get better deals or to get your way. I had somebody reach out to me about the Madison Card Show, and it was on me. Like, it's my fault. Like, I'm going to get him in, but it was my fault because I glossed over his thing. But he's like, my kid's going to be really upset. And it's like, don't use that as a guilt trip. Like, it's just, it really turns me off. It really kind of pisses me off when people use it. So I always get with Goodwill pallets. Where do you get the Goodwill pallets? And I'm not going to answer that because I don't need any additional competition. Go to shopgoodwill.com. There's pallets. There's not very many, and they might be multiple states away, and then it's not worth it. So I had somebody, and of course I think it's actually this one they might have started following me, but that's the worst is when they sneak in, they creep into my DMs and they don't even follow me. Hey, where do you get those Goodwill pallets? And you don't even fucking follow me. So this person said, and this was after like, he must have messaged me a long time ago. He messaged me in October about Goodwill pallets. I just must have missed it. Maybe he didn't follow me. It was in my hidden, I don't know. Anyway, I posted another one. He's like, can I convince you to reply to the message above, which he sent 3 months ago? I have a travel team of 8-9-year-olds that I coach. I would love to start buying pallets for the boys as a bonding activity. Bullshit. You know what I said? Because that pisses me off. When you start using kids to, I want your secret so I want Goodwill pallets for a bonding activity for my kids. Bull fucking shit. Do you think kids want to look through Ziploc bags of 88 tops? Yeah, there's some Jackson Holidays and a bunch of autographs. Yeah, this is a damn good pallet. But not every pallet's going to be like this one. I've had duds, or it was a bunch of 91 Fleer. If you get a Goodwill pallet and you bring it to your whatever sport you coach and you're doing a bonding activity, looking at 91 Fleer, do you think 8-9-year-olds care about Nelson Santovenia cards? So you know what my reply was? Because I actually replied to this one. I don't think a pallet of cards would be a good bonding activity for kids. Buy them some blasters. Come on. Stop using your kids to get deals. I think it's bullshit. So that's what I have to say about that. That's my grievance today. Orlando's in the house. What's going on, Orlando? Hello. Good morning. Low Roller says it's my birthday. It's not my birthday. It's my YouTube birthday, apparently, which I didn't know. Low Roller Scratcher knows. I don't know what year it was. It 2000? This is 1 million Cubs, so it would have had to have been Did I create the YouTube channel when I started because this is around the time I started. So I think my Twitter birthday is probably coming up. I think my Twitter 1 million Cubs account started around this like Christmas-ish 2017. So I don't know if this would be, I don't know if I would have I probably would have created this channel in 2018. So here we are today. Dan, what's up? Good morning. Happy Festivus. Troy's in the house. Good morning. Mikey says, get some Gucci's. I don't know. I don't know if I want to spend that kind of money on shoes. I spent, the Hokas were $100, which I haven't spent $100 on shoes since like 1999. Actually, well, I've bought dress shoes that were expensive, but I haven't bought any just like sneakers that were $100. Maybe, but I've certainly not paid Gucci money. Collector's Dream says, my days are boring compared to yours. You are always shopping. No, not really. My days are boring, man. Like, I haven't been like shopping. I mean, I went to a card show last weekend. That's shop. But I only spent $2 last weekend at the card show. I don't go shopping that much. I am like home 23 and a half hours a day. That 30 minutes is to the post office and back normally. Sometimes I go to the grocery. Actually, I do most of the grocery shopping. Which is why we never have any like food. But my wife, well, what'd you get for dinner? I'm like, I don't know. Because okay, grievance. But my wife and I always talk about this. Neither of us are good with dinner. And I think that's just kind of a staple in every relationship. What do you want for dinner? I don't care. Like, I ate stuffing for dinner last night because there was and so what happened was we go upstairs and like, I don't cook because my wife doesn't let me. I mean, she'll let me, but all of a sudden she takes charge in the kitchen, man. Like, if I'm making something for us, or she's like, just let me do this. I'm like, okay, kind of prefer it that way. I just got to get the ball rolling. We got to get the thing started, right? So I walk upstairs and I'm like, so are you hungry? Because sometimes like we're just gonna like graze and have a sandwich, peanut butter and jelly or something. So I don't know what she had. I don't know. And I'm like, well, I think we've had 2 pizzas this week. I don't want another pizza. We had pizza last night. That's about all we had. So I'm like, I'm doing the whole like, open the fridge, nothing in there. Open the freezer, nothing in there. Go to the pantry, nothing in there. Back to the fridge. I'm doing the whole circuit. The stovetop stuffing kind of popped out. My wife ran to the grocery store. I'm like, I see she got tomatoes. And I'm like, oh, did you go to the store? She's like, yeah, but I didn't get anything for dinner. And I'm like, what? Come on. So she's like, well, do you want to make a Culver's run? And I'm like, no, I've been driving around all day. Like, listen to me bitching about driving around shopping. Like, I just got home an hour ago from Christmas shopping hell. Like, no, I don't want to wait in another line to get a Butterburger at Culver's. I'll pass. And then, so I'm like, I'm still not finding anything. She's like, well, do you just want to order something? And I'm like, well, it's got to be delivered because I'm not picking it up. And she doesn't want to pick it up. So I'm like, well, stovetop stuffing it is. So who knows what tonight will bring? Maybe I'll be in the mood to go to the Culver's drive-thru tonight. Because most of the time I'm like, yeah, I've been in the basement all day. I need to get out. I'll wait in Culver's line. Absolutely. But last night, I didn't want to do that because I was shopping all day. Zach says, I'm glad you found better shoes. One word of caution when buying running or exercise-related shoes. Don't buy them from big box. You want to buy direct or a store for running. Interesting. AA Cards, good morning. The product they send to retail aren't as good and therefore less expensive. Kohl's is probably the best example of that. I don't shop at Kohl's. I don't go to Kohl's and here's why. It's not anything personal against Kohl's. It's just the location. I find their location is annoying as shit, so I don't go there. That's why I don't go to Kohl's, because I don't like their location. What's up, Raphael? Good morning. Happy birthday, YouTuber show. Thank you, Low Roller Scratcher. Troy says, first time watching live, watch regularly recorded. Welcome into the chat. Thank you so much. Dan says, Bo, do you happen to know how fast your internet speed is? I'm loving CDP 2.0 now that I know how to upload, but it's still slow for me manipulating and investigation mode. I can probably run a test right now, right? Internet speed test. Here, let's just show the screen. And you can follow along. Internet speed test. Let's see. Here it is. Testing, testing, testing. And the techies in here will have to tell me what's good and what's not good, because I don't know what any of these numbers mean. So, is this fast internet? What are we testing right now? There you go. Your internet connection is very fast, according to the internet. Your internet connection should be able to handle multiple devices streaming HD videos, video, conferencing, and gaming at the same time. So I have 168.5 Mbps download, 166.4 Mbps upload, and according to the internet speed test, that is very fast. So I don't know what any of that means, but that's my internet speed. Dan says, my guess is that is because I have slow internet speed and I might need to pay for a higher speed. James says, I called out a person for using kids. What kid is asking for Bowman Sapphire? Right. I've got a bunch of Cubs cards from the 80s. My kid collects Ohtani, Trout, and Mickey Mantle. Uh-huh. I'll send you 100 1989 Topps Mike Bialecki's for your Shohei Ohtani rookie card because my kid likes it. Because my kid collects. Stop using your kids. What's up, Stu? Good morning. Happy holidays, Hobby Evolution gang. Let's see. There you go. Low Roller with dropping some knowledge. Hey, if you can't find the Goodwill pallets, look for storage units. There you go. Cooter says, my kids really want to know where you get your Goodwill pallets and how much you make. Please don't break their hearts at Christmas. It's Christmas. My kid, I get it on eBay. Can you send this $1.50 card? Can it get here by Christmas? It's for my kid. It's like, really? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to send your $1.50 card overnight. You should have shopped for your damn kid 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago and not wait until the last minute like me. Nick, what's going on? Good morning. Oh my, there are so many snakes in the hobby, putting the kids as an excuse to get the inside scoop on Goodwill pallets, right? Like that message almost like I almost wanted to screenshot and just call this guy out. Like, come on. And I hope he's like, at first I'm like, well, I hope he's not a listener. No, I hope he is a listener. I hope he is watching this video this morning and realize I didn't name him. I want to, but I'm not. It's Christmas time, even though it's Festivus. We're airing grievances. Come on, man. They can use kids, any type of business, not just sports cards. No, they can't. No, it's not good for anything. Cooter says Porter uses Zach to get right. Right. Porter uses Zach. TD Sports Cards. Happy Yama Days. Collector's Dream says December 23rd, 2017, when you created channel. So it was 2017. Well, that's interesting. I'm wondering when I started my Twitter feed, because I thought my Twitter feed I thought I created my Twitter feed on like Christmas Day, but which I wouldn't have created my Twitter feed. I would have created my Twitter feed before my YouTube channel. Well, that's interesting. Well, that is a horse of another color. Zach says, stop using your wife as a show sponsor. It's just sad. She's no longer, and I'm going to talk about this. My wife is no longer a show sponsor. She made the signs, which I just got, where it's too bad. You'll see it eventually. So I got new signs. My wife designed them. And I'm like, well, I still want you to be a sponsor. And she's like, no. And I'm like, but it can bring you business. And I'm directly affected by that. And so she decided to not re-up her sponsorship. So there's opening. No, so I have 3 regular sponsors. So that's what I'm going to talk about when I talk about my table run yesterday. Hall of Fame card collector, his Gucci's are $900. See, that's just insane. I'm not spending $900 for shoes. I'm not spending $200 for shoes or $300 for shoes. Dave says, I also hate that eBay, when people try to get cards cheaper by using their kids, or people say I'm a vet that doesn't have a lot of money. Well, if you don't have money, don't buy. Exactly. Amen. Amen. You get sob stories all the time. What's really sad is it's over like $1.50 cards. Like, well, can you please take this $1.20 offer? It's, and usually you call them out. And I had one, I think it was it a $1.75 card? No, I think it was a higher. It was like a $2 or $3 card. Let's just say it was a $3 card. Somebody offers me $1, and I'm like, nope. And so I think I countered it $2.50. And so they countered back at like $1. And this is, my wife and I actually talked about this the other night. It's kind of a marketing strategy, sales strategy on dollars amounts. And they countered back at, so it was $1. I countered at $2.50. They countered back at like $1. What was it? Like $1.27. And they said, this is my best offer. This is all I have left in my account. So I declined because I'm not taking $1.27. I declined. Guess what? A minute later, they magically gained 40 cents in their PayPal account because now their offer was $1.67. And then I just declined. Like, I'm not playing these games. Sometimes I just ignore them. But eBay probably, the algorithm probably doesn't like that. Let's see. Zach says, having a kid is the... You're choking me up today. Having a kid is the ultimate skill game. Taco Fact says, don't out your game to your wife on here. She'll catch on, right? She's not watching. Let's see. Dan says, grievance number 1, card show promoters that take the winter off here in Syracuse. And I kind of understand. I kind of understand why, because of where you're at. Like, you get like 7 feet of snow. Your snowstorms are like 7 feet. Like, it's a risk to schedule a card show in that area in the winter months. I mean, it's a gamble here. And like, each year I'm like, this is the year we're going to have a big snowstorm that I'm going to have to cancel the show, or I'm going to have 20 dealers set up. I've had a couple instances where weather has delayed, or somebody had to turn around ice for, various reasons, which I get it, because some of my dealers are driving from, 3 hours away. So hopefully next week, I mean, it's going to be 50 on Christmas. So please, if it's going to be 50 on Christmas, extend it a few extra days so we don't have winter weather on December 30th or 29th. It's going to be cold next Saturday, 27, after being in the upper 40s and low 50s this next couple days. But so I kind of understand from a promoter standpoint, like the risk involved in the winter months in upstate New York. I get it. Good morning, Flawed Thinker. What's up? Hit a really nice Johnny Bench first orange Bowman auto in a break last night for $83. Very unexpected. Nice. Zach says, I hear relations after stovetop rivals ecstasy. Zach is out. Enjoy your day and your internet speed. Low roller has 1,000 Mbps. Very good internet speed. Low roller skirt. This is an underrated Christmas movie, by the way. Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. The kid wanted an Ultraman toy fighting with Sinbad. Yeah, that's a good movie. It's a good movie. I like that movie. It's a fun one. Haven't watched it this season yet. Flood Thinker says, I was cleaning around my desk yesterday and found an unsent envelope with a card in it from October. I never received a complaint from the buyer, so they must know the PWE stinks. It's in the mail now. Merry Christmas. Hall of Fame card collector says, unless their kid was me who collected Mantle and vintage stars when I was younger. Yeah, there's kids that collect, but for the most part, how many kids are collecting vintage? Not many. They like the shiny. Hockey Cardboard, what's up? Wait, those messages I get from eBay buyers asking to get added extra cards of Tom, Dick, and Harry is a sham? Let's see. Where are we at? Dairyland Picker, what's up? Decline it 23 hours later. Right. There you go. Dave had a jerk yesterday. The person sent me 121 offers. It was all cards $5 to $100, and his offer was $1. He made a list called blocked. Yeah, I'll take dollar offers all day as long as they're on like $2 to $3 cards. If they're $5 and up, I'm not taking $1. Hockey Cardboard says, my grievance, me for all the eBay buyers who offer 75% less than buy it now. I blocked this year. Sorry. Christian, got a Turbo Man doll for Christmas last year. My favorite Christmas decoration. Oh, very cool. Very, very cool. So my shipping escapades continued after Nordstrom and Walmart to Fleet Farm, of all places. Fleet Farm. So I had to get I went out on Black Friday, which was the day before the November Madison Card Show, because I oversold. I'm like, I need extra tables. Fortunately, one of my dealers came through. He's like, hey, I've got a whole bunch of tables. So we used his. Those were 8-footers. The tables at the Sheraton Hotel at the Madison Card Show were 6-footers. So wasn't able to utilize quite the space that I normally would with 6-footers. So we used those, and Fleet Farm was. I had an issue. So what I later found out, because I think I shared this story. About the tables, they had a sale on Black Friday at both Farm and Fleet and Fleet Farm. By the way, they're two separate entities. So Farm and Fleet only had one table left, so I bought it. Fleet Farm had multiple in stock. So I went up to Fleet Farm, and I made the mistake. I should have just went to the store. And bought them, because then I would have had these tables a month ago. But what I did was I ordered them online. So I ordered them online for pickup. And so, of course, it's Black Friday. It's not as easy as, my show is tomorrow, right? This was for last month. So I get an email. Well, first it says the transaction was canceled. So I went back in and canceled it again, because it's on my business credit card. So Chase is probably like, it's Black Friday and Fleet Farm is not like a typical expenditure on this account, which I get, I understand. And I think that's good. Ultimately, that's good. But when it's something you want to push through, it's bad. So I thought I reordered, and I got an email that says, hey, your order's not ready. We're processing. So I wait a few hours, and I go, 4 or 5 o'clock that night, and I still had never received a confirmation email. So I go to the service desk, and they're like, well, you're going to have to go around back and pick it up or whatever. Oh, okay. I know where the kiosk thing is outside. I go there. They radio up. They're like, well, we don't see your name coming up. Just go ahead and drive back. Guy comes out. I'm like, I ordered it. I didn't get a confirmation email. He's like, oh, okay. Well, let me go check. Now, their computers were also down that day. I'm probably overextended for being Black Friday. So he comes back. He's like, I'm not finding your order. Do you have an order number? I'm like, yeah, here it is. Gave him the order number. He comes back. He's like, I'm still not. He's like, what I can have you do is drive around front and go to the service desk and then come back here. And I'm like, in the meantime, as this is all going on, the dealer came through and he's like, hey, I'll meet you at the Sheraton at 5:30. Perfect. I told the guy, I'm like, you know what? I don't need these tables tomorrow. I'll pick them up next week, whenever the email comes through. So the show goes, blah, blah, blah. A few days later, I check and I still haven't got an email. So I look at my account and I was never charged. I never got a cancellation. So it just never went through. And it probably never went through because the Fleet Farm computers were down. So I was never charged initially anyway. So I just waited until yesterday. So I look online, and for whatever reason, when I searched the tables, it said they were out of stock at this location. So I did a different search. I think when I actually went on Fleet Farm's website, it said they were out of stock in DeForest, which is where I was at. So I did a Google search and I clicked the link from Google and it brought me to Fleet Farm. They're in stock. They had like 8 of them in DeForest. So I drove to DeForest and I know exactly. I screenshot. They're in aisle B39. I'm looking around. I can't find any of the, where do they put the aisle numbers? I walk to one end of the store. I'm on F and I'm like, well, there's no more aisles that way. So it's got to be back the other way. It's on the complete opposite side of the store. So I finally found aisle B39. There they are in all their glory. My 6-foot fold in half tables. So now I didn't bring a cart with me because maybe they didn't have it. Maybe it was a lie. Maybe the first link was accurate. So I go get a cart, load them up, 5 tables, Madison Card Show. The Velcro. So I had bought some Velcro at Walmart. So the new signage I got, I didn't want to print because these signs were like $60 because they're printed on like the heavy duty foam board. The previous signs I had for sponsorship, the welcome signs, they were printed on like a poster, and then I had to clip them to the plastic board, foam board. They get curled, in and out of the box. It's just kind of a pain, and they end up looking bad. So, but I didn't want to put, and I wanted to add sponsors to the signs. A little added bonus for my sponsors, by the way, are the Lion's Den, Ferry Brothers Breaks, and 5-Star Cards. So I'm like, I wonder, there's got to be, maybe if I print the logos off and then put Velcro, because I don't want to glue them, because I want easy in, easy off. So I'm going to do Velcro. So I'm going to print the logos off, and then my wife has a laminator. We'll laminate them, and then I'll put the Velcro on. And then, if somebody bows out like, hey, I don't want to sponsor anymore, just pull them off the sign. If somebody wants in and be a sponsor, print their logo, boom, put it on the sign. So that's how we're going to roll. So that's why I bought Velcro. And tables. So we're going to have 135 tables next Saturday, Madison Card Show, Sheraton Hotel on John Nolan Drive, 9 to 3, free admission. Early birds are welcome. I'll have my bargain boxes set up as early as 7 a.m. so you can come out and you can shop my bargain boxes. I'll take those early birds money. Where are we at? Odd Merchants Vintage Sports Cards. He's got a Festivus gripe. It's eBay's 30-cent final value fee. I can co-sign on that. Absolutely. Dairyland Denny says grievance towards low IQ sports card YouTube buffoons. Hope he's not talking about me. Hall of Fame card collector. That was the other stop. Fleet Farm was my last stop of the day. Dan says my number was 32. So I think that's where my issue is on internet speed. Oh, 32. And what was mine? 168. There you go. You might need faster internet. Gripe number 2, all the wasted time I spend on ink, tape, and time with labels. Bought a thermal printer a month ago, and it's a total game changer. That is if you are starting, whether it's a side hustle or it's full-time selling cards, the number 1 tool you should get. Don't worry about the scanner yet. Don't worry about the Card Dealer Pro yet. If you don't have a thermal printer already, buy a thermal label printer. That is exactly what Odd Merchant says. It's a game changer. That would be the first tool for your arsenal. And then scale up from there. Denny says, the Chicago Cubs, your new sponsor. They're not spending any money. They're not spending any money right now. Well, Craig Counsell. Haven't got any players yet, but it's still early. Gripe number 3, Fanatics Tops is running their company not much different than Panini. Total shit show. Dairyland says, my goal is to be first through your boxes on the 30th. There you go. You've got some stiff competition. James is early. Was James my first one there? Yeah, I think James was first. There's one other. I apologize. I don't know his name, but he might have got there a little bit. He might have been second. Shane was there. Shane won't be there, so you won't have competition with Shane. But James, he's the man to beat. Let's see. Not you, Mojo, SCD, etc. Well, thank you. So that's what I had for today. Thank you for listening to my grievances being aired. Happy Festivus. We will go live tomorrow morning, Christmas Eve. Same time as today, approximately 8:30. What else? Hit up my eBay store. I'm going to try to, my goal today is to get some last shipping in just before Christmas. And then I want to clean up my areas. My rec room looks like shit. This room looks like shit. So I need to get organized. I've been, for my eBay store, and I think I mentioned this the other day, I have a 4-row box and I'm tabbing out like, okay, this is going to be my next batch. So my batches are ready. Like as I'm going through these Goodwill boxes, I'm setting aside, okay, this is going into a quarter box. This is going into the dollar box. This is saving for later. This crap's going in the bulk. And then these are going on eBay. And so, okay, here's football. So this will be a batch. Here's SI for kids. So this will be a batch, which the SI for kids have been selling pretty well. I was surprised by my first SI for kids out of the latest batch I listed. It was a baseball player, college baseball, Tommy Mendocino or something like that. That was the first one. The Steph Curry Davidson card did sell. So those have been selling pretty well. Let's see. Dairyland Picker says at a 105-minute drive. I think James probably has your 105. I got to do the math on that. That's an hour and 40. Oh, okay. So you and James have the same drive time because James is coming over from like Huntley, McHenry, that area, which is about an hour 45. So get on the road early. He's coming from a different direction. Mikey says, thank you for promoting my show at your show. You bet. And Mikey's got a Whatnot show coming up. I think tomorrow, right? Tomorrow afternoon, Mikey Sports Card LLC on Whatnot. Harlan's in the house. Merry Christmas Eve. Happy Festivus. So hit up my eBay store. I'm not sure if I might today. I might even later today start getting. I really want to. I'm like itching to test how fast I can list using CDP 2.0 once I have now that I know, what it's identifying. I'm comfortable with. I've ran several tests. I ran some beta tests before it went live. I've run some batches through this week. So now that I've got my feet under me, I'm ready to unleash the beast, see how much I can actually get done. So that's the goal for today, I think, after I get this mess cleaned up. So hit up my eBay store and be on the lookout. If you're not following my eBay store, follow it because a lot of times I don't comp and you'll get some good deals. So my laziness pays off for you in some circumstances. So hit that up. What else? So we will go live tomorrow morning about 8:30. Madison Card Show, as you see scrolling, is next Saturday, December 30th. That'll be the only card show I do until the next Madison Card Show because I don't have a January. Unfortunately, the Rockford show is the same weekend as Cubs convention. So I'll be at Cubs convention January 11th, 12th, 13th. So there you go. Alrighty. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. is when Mikey Sports LLC, Mikey Sports Card LLC will be on Whatnot tomorrow. Low Roller is going to be there looking for some giveaways. And Merry Christmas to you as well. See you next Saturday. Troy says only the Dodgers and Royals are spending. Imagine that, the Royals. The Dodgers have spent $1 billion, and then the Royals. Kind of crazy to think about that. Also, if you want some more hobby content, Hobby Hotline coming up later this morning at 10 a.m. Central, so 40 minutes from now. So tune into that. I don't know who's on, but always a good listen. So thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Visit my eBay store, and we will be back on tomorrow morning for Christmas Eve Hobby Evolution. See you then.